15 anti-government activists reported to several police stations to acknowledge charges under Section 112 of the Thai Criminal Code or the Lèse majesté law. Huge crowds showed up to support the activists and demanded authority to stop enforcing the law on Thai people. Meanwhile, southern provinces are facing severe flooding with 24 deaths reported and hundreds of thousands of households being swamped. Help had been sent to the area and the Prime Minister finally showed up almost a week after the flood started. This is What to Know by Voice. I am Joe Shalawit and here's what's happening in Thailand. December 10 isn't only Thailand's Constitution Day, but also the International Human Rights Day. A number of pro-democracy activists gather in different sites in Bangkok to keep the anti-government protests going, which included a gathering in front of United Nations Conference Center, calling for global community to pressure Thai government to revoke Section 112 of Thailand's Criminal Code. One of the protests organized by United Front of Thammasat and Demonstration at 14 October 73 Memorial was quite a highlight. Penguin Parithiwarak appeared on stage, cross-dressing as a character which he called Khai Nui. He announced his purpose of showing up wasn't to criticize the government. Instead, he was there to sing. Rung Panasaya, another prominent protest member, gave a speech emphasizing on the necessity of the revocation of Section 112, how Thai people had not been treated fairly, before announcing the end of December 10 protest. Now let's go back a bit and see who have already been charged with this controversial law. The number is record high with at least 20 of them being charged. 9 anti-government pro-democracy activists reported to Thung Mahamek police station on December 8 for hearing Section 112 of the Thai Criminal Code or Lèse majesté charges related to the protests in front of the Embassy of Germany in Bangkok on October 26. They were accused of violating Section 112 after reading a letter to the German government, demanding them to look into whether His Majesty the King had exercised his power on German soil. 25-year-old Mai Pasarawali and 28-year-old Paw Korakot are among the 9 activists. However, Thai police said there were 13 activists in total who faced the Lèse majesté law. The rest of them were asked to report to the police station on December 9. Some of the activists even faced charges under Section 116 of the Thai Criminal Code and were summoned by the police officers earlier. At the same time, Pai Dawdin and Somyot Phuksa Kasem Suk from June 24 for Democracy Movement reported to Chana Songkram police station. Meanwhile, prominent members of Rasadon Group, Penguin Parithiwarak, Rung Panasaya, Bright Shinawat and Mike Panupong also reported to Nonthaburi police station to acknowledge the same charges in connection of the protests on September 10th. Huge crowds showed up in front of Nonthaburi police station to support the anti-government activists. They also publicly criticized the authorities for enforcing harsh and unnecessary laws against the people of Thailand just because they think or believe differently. The young generation of Nonthaburi group read their statement out loud, saying that they strongly disagree and disapproved of the enforcement of Section 112, as it's been used as political tool against the peaceful protesters. The group also demanded police officers to stop prosecuting the protest leaders and also the people who came out to join the protest just to call for democracy. They basically called for the police to stop enforcing Section 112 with the people of Thailand. Meanwhile, Nakhon Si Thammarat province has been most severely hit by flooding in the past week. It is actually the worst floods in which Nakhon Si Thammarat has faced in 30 years. With as many as 19 deaths and at least 180,000 households sank, 3 new casualties were reported on December 8, making the number of deaths reach 24 in total in the whole southern region. More than 555,000 households were also reported flooded. Trang, Surat Thani, and Songkhla are the other 3 provinces affected by the floods. Help has been sent to the flooded southern provinces both from private and public sectors, but no one saw the face of our Prime Minister. Not until almost a week after. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha finally showed up in Nakhon Si Thammarat with his team to deliver 1,000 relief supplies and show moral support to the people affected by the floods and also the government officials. Prayut said during the visit, "So many people are here, not sure if they wanted to take photos of their Prime Minister or the Prime Minister's car registration plate." He also told the people to watch out for COVID-19 and said it was fortunate that the southern region not having a new COVID-19 case. Once the supporters shouted, "We love Lung Tu," actually a nickname for the Prime Minister, so Lung Tu is actually Uncle Tu. He shouted back, "I love you too." This is What to Know by Voice. I am Joe Shalawit. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to share this video. I'll see you next time. Stay safe.